So what is up guys, Muisc45, and I just want to apologise for lack of uploads recently due to me actually trying to pass my S levels while still having sort of a life. Anyway, enough of that shit. Today I'll be revealing my guide to the newest galactic assault map, Crait, helping you to come first every game with a whole lot of battle points. This will hopefully be one of many maps, and before I dive right in, I just want to say how much I actually love this map. The speeders, the trenches, the TIE fighters, all making it an exciting and immersive map. This is by far my favourite map, and I hope we get similar ones in future DLCs. Anyway, without further ado, let us begin. So, I'll start with the First Order, where they must escort their scary looking AT-ATs, capture the hangar and destroy the power consoles. As soon as you spawn in, run to the far left of the map towards a crashed TIE fighter. This offers a brilliant advantage point over the enemy trenches, allowing you to pop off their heads. I'd recommend the Assault or Specialist classes as both are great for long distance shooting. Usually 2 shots to the head is enough, allowing you to quickly kill enemies before they have time to react. From here, you want to build up your battle points all the way to 2500, and once you do, redeploy in an AT-ST. This vehicle can be effective and deadly when used correctly, so pay attention. Always, and I mean always, stay in between the AT-ATs. This will not only provide cover for your flanks from those pesky sea speeders, but also puts you in the way of those speeders that are trying to be clever and go through the middle of the AT-ATs. If you're taking damage, get behind your AT-STs and pray, as this will often make it difficult for enemies to shoot you. Hopefully you've completed the first stage and still in your AT-ST. If you are, you want to pick off those fleeing resistance fighters and advance to the objective. Once your enemies have fallen back, position yourself here, behind this pillar thing. Poke around the edges, preferably shooting towards their spawn where the enemies are most concentrated. If you're low in health, take cover behind that pillar thing. Once the stage is complete, jump out and continue your advance. If you have died before this last stage, you either want to spawn back in the AT-ST or as a hero. All heroes work fine for the first 2 stages, so it's really up to you who you choose. Now, the last objective is probably the most difficult objective in the entire game. Countless times I've passed previous stages with ease, but here is where it gets tricky. Start by flanking the enemy down either the right or left routes. My favourite is the left route and then up onto this ledge. Here you have the high ground, where you can shoot at defending enemies or at the objectives. You've got to be quick. Every death results in the door becoming more and more narrow, making it harder for you to shoot through. I'm sure you've got plenty of battle points stored up from earlier on, and with these you want to spawn in as heroes with guns. Those with lightsabers are useless against the objective, making it more likely you'll be defeated. Boba Fett is the best hero, as his wrist rockets do incredible amount of damage against his consoles. With a bit of work and following my guide, the last stage isn't impossible to complete. On the other side, the Resistance are defending their base from the First Order. If you want to really have fun, I'd recommend use the ski speeders. Without guidance, they seem ineffective, but used correctly, they can devastate. Try going up and down trenches, just firing at the enemies, focusing on certain individuals if possible. It does take a few shots to kill, so make sure every shot counts and you're focused firing. Using your laser barrage, you can be even more effective at killing, but I'd save that for the AT-ATs. When they're vulnerable and you shoot at the AT-ATs, you do a good amount of damage and receive a lot of battle points. When you've got your heatsink and laser barrage on together, you do a crazy amount of damage and you'll be bathing those battle points. Just avoid going through the AT-ATs and use your speed boost to avoid TIE fighters that can be quite annoying. If you're not confident enough with the speeders, make sure you're picking up the ion disruptors and picking off incoming enemies. Make sure you're retreating correctly, as you could find yourself surrounded enemies if you don't. Remember, it's important to stay alive, as kill streaks are the key to gaining lots of battle points. Hopefully you've done a fair bit of damage to AT-ATs and therefore your enemies are low on lives for the next stage. Here you want to be either battling on the point with your shotgun or turret, or flanking your enemies from either sides. The longer you contest, the less lives the First Order will have for the next stage. Any AT-STs that might be out of position you want to focus down, as they have the potential to do serious damage. For this and the previous stage, any hero will do, but I prefer heroes with guns as most of the combat is at a range. So the last objective is your best chance of success. I'd recommend shooting the choke point, stopping any enemies from getting through. However, watch your flanks for enemies shooting at you or the objective. Heroes with lightsabers are preferred here, so you can slice up those enemies up close. Hopefully your defenses will stand strong and you'll be able to be victorious. So that's been my guide for Crait. If you found anything helpful in this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Also, let me know what map you'd like to see next and I'll make sure I'll do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys and girls in the next video. Peace out guys.